Hello students, welcome to my class. Today I am going to discuss few questions on nuclear chemistry and my pattern is NIT exam pattern. And as I told you earlier, this chapter is completely conceptual as well as calculative type. So let's start. Look at the question. Read the question carefully. What is given here, friend? That is, identify the nuclear reaction that differ from the rest. What is given here? Identify the nuclear reaction that differ from the rest. As we know, in nuclear reaction, if I talk about the positron emission, what is positron, friend? That is 0 plus 1 E. This is the positron. What is the K capture? So K capture is 0 minus 1 E. Clear to you? What is beta decay? That is the release of electron, that is the beta particle. And what is gamma decay, my friend? Gamma decay is just a radiation. There is no involvement of any charge particle. So during the reaction, there is no change in N by P ratio, my friend. So in this case, what will we say? That is, the gamma decay is different from all the reaction. Am I right? Yes, sir, you are absolutely right. So I am giving you the questions related to this. Wait for a moment. The solution. What is the detailed solution? Check it out. That is the positron emission. Clear? Take any example. It's up to you. I am taking here nitrogen 7 and 14. This is the stable nucleus. Now what will happen? It will be converted to carbon, that is atomic number 6, and the mass number here is 14. And is there any possibility to the emission of the positron? Yes, sir. Check it out. 6 plus 1, 7, 14 plus 0, that is 14. Completely balanced reaction. So this is the example of positron emission. Now look at the reaction. The next one is what is given here. That is the K capture. What is K capture? I am giving another example. Is there any possibility? Look at. Okay. We have lots of examples. AU we know, AU is gold. Old is gold, we people know. This is AU is gold, having atomic number 79 and the mass number is 194. Is it clear? Yes, sir. Now if there is a K capture take place, 0 minus 1 E, this is the K capture, friend. And what will happen? It will be converted to PT, that is the platinum, and it has mass number 194. And the third one is given, that is beta decay. If I take another many more example, I am taking the one example, that is 614. It converted to N714 and the release of beta particle take place. This is the reaction. What we observe in this reaction? Tell me, my friend. In this case, we observe that the value of N by P changes in each and every case. Why the value of N by P changes? Because there is a formation of new nucleus take place. If I talk this one, it has N is equal to 7 neutron and 7 proton. In this case, when it convert to carbon, now tell me, in this case the neutron is 8 and the proton is, my friend, 6. Now if I talk about again AU, look at AU has proton 79, and what about the neutron? Neutron is around 194 minus 79, 115. So 115 here is the number of neutron. Look at when it converts to PT, what will happen? In this case, proton is 78. What about the neutron? That is 194 minus 78, that is 6. And what will happen? That is 116 neutron. Look at, there is changes take place. Now if I talk about this one, that is in carbon, as I told you earlier, that is the proton is 6, the neutron is 8. If I talk about the nitrogen here, that is the number of proton is 7 and the neutron is 7. Look at, in each and every cases the N by P ratio change. But if I talk about the gamma decay, which is just a radiation, Am I right, my friend? Yes, sir. This is just a radiation. So this reaction is differ from the all. So for this question, we people can say D is the correct option, and this is the detailed solution. You do not require much more detail, because you have only 30 to 40 seconds to solve this question. So you have to boost your knowledge with a basic theory, then and then only you can solve such kind of question within a certain frame of time. But I am a teacher, that's why I am giving you a detailed solution, so it will help you a lot during your exam preparation. Clear, friend? So let's move to the next section. What is the next question? Listen carefully. What is the ionizing power, the alpha, beta and gamma rays? Now, this question is for you. Tell me what will happen. The ionizing power of alpha, beta and gamma rays. We people know that is alpha rays is helium plus ion. Yes, sir. And the symbol is Sir 42He. Now, beta is the electron, that is 0 minus 1e, and gamma is, we know, electromagnetic radiation. Yes, sir. That is, as we know, that is alpha has more mass in comparison to beta and gamma, so it will have high value of Ke, that is it will have high value of ionizing power. So in this case, we people can say what is the ionizing power of alpha, beta and gamma rays. That alpha will have, during my lecture I also discussed about this, about the velocity, about the ionizing power, about the penetration power, about the property also, my friend. So in this case, what is the order of ionizing power? So alpha, beta and gamma. That is, for this question, A option is correct. Am I right? Yes, sir. Now let's move to the next question. What will happen? Check it out. Now the question number 3. Gamma rays are emitted from a nucleus. Why gamma rays? Look at high NP ratio. If high NP ratio, then what will happen? In this case, beta emission take place. Again, I have discussed during my lecture what is the cause of reactivity. If the N by P ratio more than the stability, then there is a beta emission take place. If the N by P ratio is less than the stability, my friend, what will happen? Positron emission take place. So definitely this is not an answer. Now check out excess energy possessed by a nucleus after emission of alpha and beta particle. Definitely alpha, beta are the three radioactive particles which emit spontaneously. That is, the answer is excess energy possessed by nucleus after emission of alpha or beta particle. So for this question, we people say B is the correct option. For question number 3, what is the correct option, sir? So B is the correct option. Now let's move to the next one. The next one is question number 4. A device used for the measurement of radioactivity. What will be the answer? I am asking this question from you. Tell me. I am giving you few seconds, friend. What will happen? A device which is used to measure radioactivity. Tell me. Do you have any clue? During my lecture, I have discussed there are two main things, two main process, two main counter by which we can measure the radioactivity. First one is GM counter and the second one is, friend, scintillation counter. Remember GM counter, that is it is used to count the charge particles, that is alpha and beta rays. And what is scintillation counter? It is used to count, it is used to judge the gamma radiation, and by using the phosphorescent material. Generally, which phosphorescent material we people use? NaI or TLI. But Rutherford was the first person who used the phosphorescent material, that was ZnS, zinc sulfide. What is phosphorescent material, my friend? Sir, it's very easy. A material which gives a glow when invisible rays or electromagnetic rays falls on its surface. So in this case, a device used to measure radioactivity is mass spectrometer, cyclotron, nuclear reactor, That is GM counter, sir, GM counter, because it is used to count the radioactive, charged radioactive particle, that is alpha and beta ray. So we people can say that for this question D is the correct option. Am I right? Yes sir, you are absolutely right. Now I'm going to rub this part and we'll discuss the next question. What is the next question? Listen carefully. Question number 5, check it out. Successive emission of a alpha particle and two beta particle. What is given here? Successive emission of an alpha particle. If there is a emission of one alpha particle take place, then what will happen, friend? In this case, if the parent element has a mass number A and the atomic number Z, then emission of one alpha particle brings the mass number decrease by 4 and the atomic number decrease by 2. Am I right? Yes sir. Now here given two beta particle also. Now what will happen? Check it out. If there is the beta particle take place, emission of two beta particles, then what will happen in this case? Check it out. Look at, if the parent element has atomic number Z and mass number A, if there is an emission of two beta particle take place, as we know, if beta particle emission of beta particle take place, mass number remain unchanged, but there is an increment of atomic number by 1, two beta particle, so increment of Z plus 2, that is why. Now compare these two. When one alpha and one two beta particle take place, then what will be the final mass number of the daughter element? A minus 4, Y and Z minus 2 and Z plus 2, that will be equal to decrement of 2, but here increment of 2, that is the Z will remain unchanged, my friend. If simultaneously, if there is a emission of one alpha and two beta, not separately, simultaneous, one alpha then two beta. So by emission of alpha there is a decrement in atomic number by 2, but the emission of two beta particle bring the same atomic number, because it again increases the atomic number of 2. Minus 2 plus 2 nullify each other, so the daughter element will have atomic number similar, same to the parent element. If the atomic number same but mass number different, they form the pair which is known as isotopes. So for this question D is the correct option. Am I right? Yes sir, you are absolutely right. So for question number 5, D is the correct option. I'm going to rub this part and we'll discuss the next question. Wait for a moment. Now the next question is, look at the reaction. In the above reaction, predict the position of PO, polonium, in the periodic table when lead belong to 4B. Look at here what happened. There is a emission of alpha particle take place. If there is a emission of alpha particle take place, then what will happen? The daughter element will have what? Group number 2 less than the parent atom or parent element. Look at in this case, here the given is the group number is 4A. So definitely PO will have group number 6A. Am I right? Clear to you what I'm telling? The PO has group number 6A. There is some modification required. I'm changing, that is this one is not 6B, this one is 6A. If it belongs to 4, pardon, here is given 4B, to better, so if it is written like this 4B, so better use 6B according to the question. So no need to change, that is 4A and 6A, so the answer will be 6B. But originally PB belongs to 4A. Am I right? And PO belongs to 6A, not 6B. But according to the question here is given 4B, so we'll write 6B. So for this question, B is the correct option, and the rule is, law is group displacement law. Remember this group. If there is an emission of one alpha particle, then what will happen? That is, the group number shifted towards left. If by 2 unit. If there is an emission of beta particle take place, then group number will be shifted toward right. That is the increment in the group number by 1, not by 2. So this question B is the correct option. Am I right? Yes sir, you are absolutely right. Now I'm going to rub this part and we'll discuss the next question. Listen carefully. What is the question? The last product of 4n series. As we know, what are the radioactive disintegration series? First of all 4n, then 4n plus 1, then 4n plus 2 and 4n plus 3. This is not a complete series. This is Neptunium series. This one is Thorium series. This one is Uranium. This one is Actinium series. And 4n series, that is Thorium series. The first member is Thorium 9232. The last member is, tell me friend, PB, that is 82208. So what will be the answer? That is for 4n series, the last atom, the last product is 20882 Pb. So for this question, A is the correct option. One more thing, for 4n plus 2 series, the last is also Pb, but this is the isotopes of Pb having mass number 206. For actinium series, the last product is also Pb, but in this case, the isotopes of Pb has mass number 207 and atomic number 82. If I talk about the 4n plus, the last atom here is Bi, not Pb. Clear my friend? So in this case, we people say that is A is the correct option. Clear to you? Now I am going to rub this part and we'll discuss the next question. What is the next question? Listen carefully. That is question number 8. 234U as 92 proton and 234 nucleons. Okay, what is nucleons? Nucleons means nothing, that is the mass number friend. Nucleons means number of proton plus number of neutron, that is A. Okay, if it decay by emitting an alpha particle, okay, that is the symbol of the compound is X. U is 234. Okay, the symbol is given here, that is U, 234 and 92. Yes sir. Now in this case, what will happen? That is, there is a emission of alpha particle take place. If there is an emission of alpha particle take place, the new element having mass number 4 unit less, 234 minus 4 and 92 minus 2. So the new element will have symbol, that is 230 and 90. So what is the symbol here? That is 230 and 90, and we know 90 is the atomic number of thorium. So we will write 90 230. Am I right? So in this case, what is the correct option? That is C. For question number 8, C is the correct option. Am I right, my friend? Yes sir, you are absolutely right. Now I'm going to rub this part and we'll discuss the next question. Listen carefully what I'm telling. Now the question number 9, average life of a radioactive substance. As I told you, the average life, the relation, that is average life is equal to 1.44 into T half. I have derived this relation also during my lecture. Again I am repeating, that is average life equal to 1 upon lambda. We know lambda is equal to 0.693 upon T half. Clear to you? So what will happen? 1 upon lambda, 1 upon lambda is equal to T half upon 0.693. So we will say that is tau, that is average life is equal to T half upon 0.693. Is it clear to you? So we will say that is 1.44 into T half. This is the relation. This is the relation of average life with half life. So we will say that the average life of a radioactive substance is 1.44 times that of half life. For question number 9, C is the correct option. I am going to rub this part and we'll discuss the next question. Listen carefully what I am telling. Question number 10. Read the question. Radioactivity of a radioactive element remains 1/10 of its original radioactivity after 2.303 second. The half-life period. Clear? If half-life period we have to find. Okay. It is given N naught is equal to 1 and N is equal to 1/10 according to the question. Am I right, my friend? Now, the half-life period, as we know, lambda is equal to 2.303 upon T. T is 2.303 second log N naught upon N. Yes, sir. So lambda will be equal to 2.303 upon T. What is T? 2.303 log. What is N naught? 1 upon 1/10. That is, this will cancel this one. Lambda is equal to log 10. So lambda is equal to, we will say log 10. The value of lambda is equal to 1. Now, what is the relation with T half? We people know T half is equal to 0.693 upon lambda, that is 0.693 upon 1. So the answer will be 0.693 second. So I am moving here, the half-life period is 0.693. So for question number 10, that is C is the correct option, my friend. I think now you are very much familiar with such kind of question and it will help you a lot. Now I am going to review the question again. Look at what is the question. The first question, what is the answer? For first, that is the gamma decay. D is the correct option. For question number 2, that is A is the correct option. Alpha, beta and gamma. For 3, that is B is the correct option. Excess energy possessed by nucleus after emission of alpha or beta particle. Am I right? Now for question number 4, a device used, that is GM counter. So for question number 4, D is the correct option. For question number 5, tell me isotopes. D is the correct option. For question number 6, that is, what is? B is the correct option, 6B. For question number 7, the last, that is A is the correct option, 20882 PB. For question number 8, what will be the answer? That is C, 230 thorium. For question number 9, C, 1.44 times of half-life. And for question number 10, that is the answer is 0.693 second, my friend. I think now you are very much familiar. So I am going to end my lecture. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.